fantasies. Boom bam. Hello everyone! Ethel welcome back to another episode. So tonight we're gonna be discussing game. Tonight we have a guest, and our guest is Fay. Say hi, Fay.
Hello, everyone, and YouTube audience. I feel like yes. Is that YouTube? Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yep. Nice.
Hello. Okay, let me check the chat. Rafiala, Dexterala, welcome. Okay, so tonight's theme is video game genre. In general, game. So
I feel like you took it from the conversation that we had, like literally copy paste. But that's okay. That's good.
We will just be discussing about the genre. Serial Kudus, hello. Hi. Okay, so Faye. Almost good. Check out Faye's channel, link in the description. So Faye, do you want to introduce yourself first, maybe?
Sure, I can definitely do that. So like I've been introduced slightly. I'm Faye. I started content creation a few months ago. I started streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv. I won't shout out like my entire name of the Twitch. That feels like I'm a sellout. But I started streaming there as a facecam streamer at first. I was not a VTuber until a month ago, where I decided to rebrand a little bit, and I decided to become an Android VTuber. Slash facecam streamer. So I'm like 50-50 now. I want to make YouTube videos with my face, but on stream mostly I want to stick to the PNG, because PNG is all that I have as of the present moment. And I'm mostly playing anything. Mostly, I mean, gacha games, but not only. I like games in general, and I like analyzing them. I like analyzing manga. I sound so pretentious right now, but I do like those things. Anime, because being a real connoisseur of those, of those things. And yeah, it's just pretty much everything, I think.
Nice. Okay. So there you have it, guys. That's Faye. I feel like there was a joke somewhere in there that I wanted to make that, but I completely forgot. Okay. Anyway, Ethel, hello. Rafi, hello. Hey, hello. Insomnia, welcome. So, video game genre. Whoa.
Yes.
So, what genre are we going to start talking about first, Faye?
Maybe we would like to talk about something that is like not only video game genre, but what about horrors? Do you like horror games?
Horror game. I do. No, not really. I do.
I like how your enthusiasm dropped.
I do play a few horror games before, but they're not my favorite, I would say. Because mostly because most of these horror games, they have jump scare. I am not good at jump scare. As long as the game doesn't have jump scare, then I don't mind playing.
It is relatable. Lately I played Phasmophobia for the first time, and despite it not being that scary, and I know that it's like something that I have to get used to, like my mouse, my camera was literally shaking sometimes, because there's this whisper that you hear of the ghost when it appears, and I almost bricked my pants when I heard that. I was like, oh, Jesus, what is that?
Oh yeah, Phasmophobia. Phasmo is fun. And they don't really have jump scares, but they feel jump scary. But I would say it's the kind of, I guess, quote unquote jump scare that I can stand, because it's not like the ghosts just jump on your face. The ghost sometimes just appear at the end of the room, or it just like sounds or something like, and like they're not scripted at all even. So that's I really like Phasmophobia. It's fun.
I definitely want to play more.
I even made streams where I play Phasmophobia alone. So,
damn, that's really brave.
like I say, I did play some, but they're not really my favorite out of the jump. Another twist I did on Phasmophobia. So like I just start Phasmophobia, and then I sit on the living room and then do a free talk stream. And then hope the ghosts come up for content.
How nice of him.
How nice.
But the most horror games that I liked and that I find the most scary are the psychological horror games, because with the horror it's like you are not scared of what you see on the screen, you are scared of the things that you don't know that are hiding somewhere.
That's also, if we're gonna talk about like what kind of horror that I like, that would also be the kind of horror that I like, because that's an actual horror. You're actually scared, because jump scare is cheap. Of course you're gonna get scared. It's a surprise, right? But
yeah, exactly.
Atmospheric and all that. Oh yeah, that's actual horror. The other day I played what is called Amnesia. I don't know if
Dark Descent?
Yeah, the first one. I don't know if that's psychological horror or not, but I did not enjoy my time playing that. There's no jump scare, but I was scared as hell. I never know when the enemy the ghost gonna come up and all. And then the atmosphere, I just feel trapped all the time.
Yeah. And I exactly get what you're talking about. My favorite too is probably, I feel so old talking about those games, but first Silent Hill game is the one. The first game that introduced me into the horror genre when I was way too little for this. That scarred me for life. Thank you, older brother, for doing this.
You.
But once I replayed it on by myself when I grow older and I stopped being just a scaredy cat, I enjoyed it incredibly. And I feel like most of the Silent Hill games are supposed to be like this, because you are constantly on the edge. You don't know never what's gonna happen. The fog that you go through in Silent Hill games, at least the first one, it's like there's a funny story behind it. I can that's
it's actually the engine limitation and all that.
yeah, exactly. But you don't know when something is going to appear in that fog, and you just go through one place and another. You solve all the riddles, and in the middle of solving those riddles, you still don't know if you're gonna open a door and what you're gonna find behind said door. The favorite and least favorite location in every Silent Hill game is the hospital. Because up to this day, I am so scared of wheelchairs that are moving on their own. It's insane.
Yeah, they do be spoopy.
Yeah, it's literally a wheelchair, but it's moving on its own, and it's like so menacing. What is this, a JoJo fucking anime or what? Oh god.
The wheelchair move and then there's the go 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 words coming out of it. Nani?
Yeah.
これはまさかビキスタンの主技か Okay, let me check the chat what they have to say. It's Among Us. Zeta Hara. Can we decide on watching the Catbug is? So Catbug is this game that I'm currently making. It's a bug simulator. Basically, it's a very buggy game on purpose, and you control this bug that cannot die and can kill everything in one hit. And I don't know what the genre is. Hello, surprises are surprise. Yes. Love Ethel. No video. A lot of us have. Oh no, don't say. Is there such a thing as too diverse in genre, like action drama, also trying to be horror? That's a good question. What do you think about it? Like, if a game try to have many genre, I can't think of an example. Can you give an example name?
When I think about it, because nowadays the more you play the games, you may not realize it, but majority of the games have mixed genres. Because at the very beginning, it was like you have only a platformer, or you have only a shooting game. But nowadays you have like few genres mixed in. I feel like a good example are like Tomb Raider games, the new Tomb Raider games, or what was it? The other one from Sony with Nathan Drake, Uncharted.
Yeah,
Uncharted games. You have story in there, so you have some kind of like rough RPG element. You have shooting element in there. You have an exploring element in there, and you have heavy platforming in the game. And I even like remember I saw a screenshot of how the platforms are like visualized from the side of the developers. It's like very heavy, like they really have like huge focus on the platforming part of the Uncharted games, for example. So it's like we don't notice, but it's already happening a lot of times that the synthesis of the video game genres.
I guess the question means like it's more like to games with a lot of genre that they don't mix well, I guess, or something. Because like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, they have a lot of genre from the shooting, platforming, adventure, story, and whatnot, but they all mix very well, right?
Yes, they all mix very well.
But I guess there are also games out there who are like they try to do a lot of genre, but not mixing very well. I cannot think of an example though. Sadly. Okay, so back to horror game. Another psychological horror that really scarred me was The Witch's House. Do you know that one?
The Witch's House.
It's an RPG maker game. So yeah, the genre, the horror is also I would say a psychological, because the story is spoopy basically, and the ending.
I googled it.
The ending, the plot twist, this scarred me. I did not enjoy that.
Okay, I see screenshots, and it's like it tries to lie to you, to like you think that you approach this house, it looks kind of adorable, the graphic design of the game, the art style, but then I scroll down through the images and I see some really scary stuff.
Yeah, the game is good. The story is good. The horror is so good. I don't like. I hate it. But I would say that's actually like a good horror. A successful horror story is a story that makes you hate it, don't you think? Like, that's the whole point. You're scared, and you hate things that you're scared of.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of RPG Maker, by the way, I'm currently in the middle of trying to make an RPG Maker game. So the RPG Maker game, the main genre is turn-based RPG, right? What do you think about that genre?
The turn-based RPG. I love it. I love turn because once again. I sound like a boomer. I grew up with turn-based games, as in JRPGs, as in mostly JRPGs. Not strategy games per se, but one of them was a strategy game, and it's one of my favorite games up to this day. It's called Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's in my opinion is a very underrated game out of all of the Final Fantasy games. But the combat and the system is something that survived. Maybe not the combat itself, but the system of the jobs that the characters can have survived and evolved up to this day, and I think it did lead to what we have nowadays in Final Fantasy XIV even. So this is like, I feel like this is a very underrated and very overlooked game, but I love it, and I love the turn-based RPGs. So yeah.
I played Final Fantasy Tactics as well, the GBA version, Game Boy Advance version.
Oh yeah.
I read it like positioning the characters and all that, taking from a higher standpoint, taking from the back and stuff. It's fun. Also like creating the characters, trying out new jobs and whatnot, but I'm too dumb for that kind of game, to be honest.
No need to be so harsh on yourself, really.
Okay, so but people say that turn-based. Have you ever heard people saying that turn-based combat is like it's not the most popular, basically? Or some even would say like it's dying.
Like people are saying that it's dying, but Persona 5 is getting different versions, and it's extremely like popular, and it's literally turn-based, and it's like Persona 5 Royale, was it? And I think that I'm crossing my fingers that Persona 5 is just gonna get also a what's it called? It's gonna get ported to PCs because they would love to play it on PC. So it's kind of not dying, but this is the same thing as people saying that MMO genre is dying. It's like, yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no. They say it's dying, but it's not. It's basically it's also the same as those who say single player games are dying. Nada. Now I have a bit more what it's called confidence in making an RPG making the RPG Maker game, because I was actually kind of worried if it's sell or not. Okay, let's check out the chat. I hate it, but it's good. Bullet hell games with Zun, but Zun would make a 3D Toho. Oh, bullet hell game. Have you ever had play of that thing?
Which one? Bullet hell games. Yeah, I think that I did. Technically speaking, there's this I would say that it's like a reverse kind of thing, but there's this new game, Vampire Survivors, where you are the guy that shoots bullets. It's like a reverse bullet hell, and it's like very good. But other than that, yeah, I did play games like bullet hell games, all games that have like bullet hell sections, like Near Replicant or Near Automata. I love those games.
I only ever play like some of the Toho game. Even then, I didn't finish it. I guess the genre is really for me. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a hell in the end, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Toho Luna Nights is the one that people have been recommending to me constantly.
Yeah, I guess it is supposed to be hard because there is a freaking hell in the genre. Okay, ever thought this is underrated? Everyone always talk about it.
It probably depends on like the people that you get to talk with and so on. Like, you're gonna get to meet people that are like, yeah, this game is absolutely good, and like we've been playing this game for a long time, and then you're gonna meet another like group of gamers or just people that are playing video games, and they're gonna be like, never heard of it. It's like a hit or miss.
So like, I guess some people have played, some people don't even know it exists, huh?
Yeah, I feel like my answer is just so boring when I repeat that in my head.
Okay, no more turn-based like the first FF is boring, but tactical RPG is fun. So the 4 dudes standing in a row kind of game. Kind of turn-based. SMT5. Oh, SMT also turn-based, right? Hey, Jurahiko, welcome. Dragon Quest is also good. Combat makes you think more. It's fun. This with relatable. This is driven by Survivor. I don't know if I have the game or not. I forgot.
It's very cheap.
I'll check later. You say it is hard. How fun and they can take shower in the morning. Even one of the first for practice. Pain, huh? You mastered the Toho, but at what cost? The only RPG I played is Pokemon. Pokemon is turn-based and it's still selling very well, huh?
Yeah, I think Pokemon is just immortal at this point. Whatever, like, no matter how bad the game they will make, people will still buy it, play it, and enjoy it.
Just because it's Pokemon. People just like them Pokemon.
Hell yeah. And I actually reinstalled Pokemon Go on my phone.
Oh! I don't go out much, so I can't really play the game.
Fair enough. I have to force myself to go out to play it.
Speaking of 2D though, what do you think about 2D and 3D games? Like, they're kind of genre, right?
Like like 2D games and 3D games, which ones I like more?
I guess like the general consideration of them, I guess like this one is more popular, or like is 3D better than 2D kind of thing.
To be this is such a like an anime fandom arguing, is 2D better or 3D is better? Is like real life better? But honestly speaking, I feel like 3D games are just the thing nowadays, because 2D is just used in the games made nowadays. 2D games serve more of a purpose of being that nostalgia kind of driven gameplay, and it attracts people that are like, I miss those times when games were 2D, and this is the strongest point of those. I personally love 2D games as much as I like 3D games. And my favorite genre of those 2D games is probably Metroidvania. I really like Metroidvania games.
Is there no 3D Metroid?
There is, I think. I think there has to be a 3D one.
There probably.
Let me Google it.
I cannot think of any.
Metroid Prime trilogy, apparently.
Metroid Prime is 3D, and it is a Metroid game, so it has a name on the genre, so yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's in the name, so it has to be it.
Okay, Vampire Survivors 24 RDR. 24? Do you mean 24K or just 24? Most of it will fit. That's how the beginner play. Yeah, Pokemon I wanna play Start Code. Siya dito fix posible. The Sims on Nintendo need to be made again. Oh, just like joke games like that, huh? Jadi kan tadi ko sa. So yeah, in the middle of your answer just now, I almost thought you were gonna say 3D games are just 2D games but 3D. I was half waiting for you to say that. Okay, so what else? Then again, you can use synthetic match. What's a synthetic?
Synthetic Legion Rising. It's probably this game.
3D game that use 3D assets. There are already a lot of those. Like what is called that Castlevania like game. I don't know what's the name.
Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
Bloodstained.
I love this game. Yeah. There's like Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 1 and 2, and those are like pixelized graphics. And there's Curse of not Curse of the Moon, Ritual of the Night, that is using the 3D graphics and assets. But the camera and the movement is 2D.
I wonder why they decide to go 3D for the character. Like, why? I guess just for the aesthetic.
For the aesthetic.
The new Metroid Switch, the one from the side view is also basically 2D game with 3D graphics, right?
Yeah.
I forgot the name though. Yeah, I forgot the title.
Me too.
Not a joke, it's a legitimately good game. Oh yeah, I never actually played Simpson Hidden, and I wanna play. Anything you can play with shader to make 3D games to look like a grainy pixelated game. Oh yeah. That's one of the benefit of going 3D. 3D has a lot more possibilities for you to play with, but overall I would say 3D is harder to make.
It is definitely harder to make. I did know a guy that was working at I don't remember the studio that was making, but do you know Super Hot?
Super Hot. Oh
yeah. I knew a guy that was working at the company there, and one time, like after the Super Hot was released and stuff, he was like, they were not even working on a new game as far as I remember. Or some people were working on the new game, but the newbies, and he was the newbie at the company, were like literally practicing throughout the 8 hours of the working time, and like to make 3D graphics in Blender.
Just practicing.
Yeah, practicing and like training. Because it's like, it requires a lot more work.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 2D game is easy. It's easy to make it either. Like the difficulty really depends on how the game and all that. But that's a different topic. Hello, welcome. Okay, what else? What other genre can we talk about?
What's your favorite genre of the game?
My
Can you
favorite
pinpoint
genre of
one?
the game. Oh no, that's a very hard. That's a very hard question.
Yeah, it's like name your favorite anime. Okay, which one out of the 30?
Oh no. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite genre. My favorite game genre is, but I know a genre that I do like Souls-like game. I like them.
Oh yeah.
So I've been playing Elden Ring a lot lately.
I really want to play that game. I so badly want to play that game. The more like time passes since it's released, the more I want to play it because I see more people playing it, and every single person is enjoying the absolute shit out of the game, and I'm like, let me have some fun too.
Especially all the memes and all that. You cannot fight Elden Ring at this point. Yeah.
What can I do? I have to remain maidenless.
Maidenless. I hope you get to play the game soon. The other genre I would say transport simulation, I guess. Like truck simulator.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't think that like there are people like I never met like a diehard fan of like, oh yeah, did you play the Euro Truck Simulator 2020? I never met such fan. The only people that I met that were like into it, they were into flying simulators.
Oh yeah, flying simulator. I guess like the planes are intricate and all that, right? But honestly, the part that I enjoy the most is actually the driving, not really the simulation part. I just choose the easiest difficulty so that I don't have to think too much. Right? So
Yeah.
I just like driving.
I see the appeal. It seems like a very yeah. I feel like it's a game that you just can relax to.
Yeah, you play it and then you just relax. Maybe you listen to some music and all that, right?
And like just immerse in the driving.
It really reminds me of the times where I have to travel from one city to another, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like traveling in a vehicle like for a long time like that.
That's fair enough. That's a very fair point.
And
it's kind of awesome too.
And I would say there are many fans of this kind of menial task simulator, I would say, because gardening, farming simulator has been releasing a lot. And there are many people playing that game, and I was like,
yeah,
farming freaking simulator.
Yeah, I remember I was working last year. I was working at an electronics shop. We were selling like everything from the daily usage from the the stuff that you use at home to TVs, consoles, and games. And I remember that so many people were in particular ordering Farming Simulator, not any other, but Farming Simulator. It was so surprising, but I was like, okay, I mean, if you want to buy it, I'm not judging you, right?
For most people, it would seem bizarre that someone would even enjoy that kind of simulator, right? Why would you play a video game to work? To do something that people do for work.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous when you think about it. Holy shit!
And then imagine if you work as a farmer, and then you finish your work for the day, and then you start up farming simulator.
Like imagine that you work as a farmer, and that the dude, like, you start talking with a dude about farming itself, and the dude is just trying to destroy you with his like expertise and knowledge, and then like the real life farmer is like, how do you know all these things? I'm playing Farming Simulator, my dude.
Farming Simulator. There's also the Power Wash Simulator that people have been enjoying lately too.
Yeah.
Power washing out of all things. Okay, let's check the comment again. Wisdom Cute, hello. Idle game. Yeah. What do you think about Idle game? You know,
like
those mobile
AFK
games.
Arena.
Yeah, like those. You just let the game play itself.
To be honest with you, this may be a hot take, but I think the concept of idle games is just so ridiculously dumb. You have a game that plays itself. That means you don't play the game.
Yeah.
By the definition, you don't play the game.
Yeah, you're not
What's
playing
the point?
Game. Yeah, I can see why people see like that. But I can also see why people actually do enjoy like Idle Arena. It's basically made for those who don't have the time to play but still want to play a game. Still want to feel like they play a game, basically.
Yeah, they want to pretend that they play a game, yes.
So like you start a quest and you start a job for basically, right? You start at 9. And then you start maybe in the game you start a quest and then you idle the game for 8 hours and then you finish your job and then you finish a quest. Amazing. There are actually some idle games that are pretty good though. And I would say most idle games are kind of trash. They're just trying to squeeze your money out. But there are some nice fun idle games. One example is Lock Quest 2. It's on the phone. It doesn't have any microtransaction and all that, and it actually has, story and quests. It's like imagine you're playing D&D, but you're not playing the combat part. You're just playing the managing your squad part. And then you send them on the quest for a few hours, and then you come back, and then the game is also like text based, so there isn't really much graphic except for your character portrait. So it feels really old school. I like it.
Yeah, it does. It does sound like a very old school kind of thing. Yeah, and I dig it. And retro stuff is, in my opinion, pretty good.
And another one is Clickpocalypse. It's called. It's on phone. Clickpocalypse. It's also an idle game, but this one has graphics. So in the graphic, it looks like those old school 2D top-down RPG, right? With pixel graphic and all that. So this one is very, very fun actually. So like it's because your character is actually moving through the world as you make leave the game idle. So there's actually something to watch there. Kind of thing.
It's actually so. I'm looking through the screenshots of the game and I'm like kind of interested.
Right. I also like how the retro feels of it. It's pretty nice. You should try it. It doesn't even require you to check on the game like constantly or anything. You just have check on it from time to time. Upgrade your click a few buttons to upgrade your characters and leave it again. I finished it. I like it so much. I finished the story twice.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I almost never finish the game that I started.
That's a bad habit though.
Yeah, I know. Like I would start playing a lot of games, but then I just stopped playing them.
then I feel like the games that don't really have a definitive end would be for you. It sounds like you would find yourself playing. This is like a devil right now trying to like bring you over to the like bad side. But gacha games would be your thing.
Gacha games.
Yes, because they don't have a definitive end most of the times. But but to not be the devil's advocate, MMORPGs also seem like you would have fun in those. To casually play those. It's just my opinion.
Like Skyrim and all that. Yeah, I do play Skyrim. I play Skyrim so much. I've seen that opening scene a lot.
So you finally woke up.
So you finally woke up. You were trying to cross the border. Same as us. And that thief over there. But, so yeah, gacha game, huh? I did try a lot of gacha game. And I did try to be consistent on playing them, right? Logging in every day, trying to do the daily, trying to continue the quest, but eventually every single one of them I dropped.
Which ones did you play?
A lot. I know Master Girls, Frontline, Arc Knight, Uma Musume even. What else? I even tried Blue Archive. Many gacha games.
Oh, so you dodged the biggest bullets that are Fate Grand Order, for example, and Genshin Impact and.
Genshin I also play. Fate, I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm just never actually interested in the franchise, so I didn't play. I also tried Granblue Fantasy.
Oh, Granblue Fantasy seems to be like very, like, it seems to have a very loyal player base. Like once people 9 out of 10 people that start playing Granblue Fantasy seem to be like they stay in for the long run. And sorry to like read your chat out loud, but somebody said that gacha games are like chores. They are like when I'm gonna tell you my opinion. When I start feeling that a gacha game is a chore, I just stop playing it, because then this is a part-time job. It's not a game anymore for me. I don't get the enjoyment. That's why I'm like sticking to like 3 games at the moment. I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, I agree also. Like if the game start feeling like a job to you, then I guess I'll stop it. What's the point? You're not even getting paid for it, right? Heck, you're the one.
Yeah, you are the one paying. Yeah.
You're paying to play, not paying to work. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know. I guess I'm also about to like short games, I guess. Like what else? What's an example? Oh, I finished Fallout 1. That was pretty short.
Fallout?
Fallout 1. That was pretty short. So,
I mean, Fallout is a good franchise. So that's a good taste too. I once again sound pretentious, but yeah, that's a good game.
It's really fun. And that was the first time I was exposed to old RPG system where there's no direction, and you're very, very free to do whatever you want in the world, right? So like I was like, wow, now this is an RPG game. What have I been playing all this time?
Yeah. Do you like games more with an open world, or do you want them to be like hub based or like closed world that you don't have the freedom to explore?
I would say it really depends on how well the game is. The state, the level is designed. I would say this though. If you can't design a good open world, you should I would prefer the game to stay in stage based, so that the set pieces and all the stuff, like the cinematic, I can basically get to the actions faster, right?
Yeah. I get where you're coming from.
My experience is guided and all that, right? So it's a linear game. I don't mind, because it is states. Because when you try to make an open world game, most of the game these days they forget the open world has an open on the name. Then that's the thing. So like most of the time they'll so here's an open world for you to explore, but then they give you like all these icons and stuff for you to do. Like I would say you might as well give me a stage at that point, because like what's the point of having an open world if you're gonna
what's the point of lying to me? What's the point of lying to me on the get-go that you're like getting the illusion of an open world instead of just giving like, okay, we lied, this is not an open world, go progress through the stages, like whatever, dude.
Whatever. Okay, so I would say I actually prefer open world game, right? But only if it is executed properly. Like this gonna sound salty to you, but for example, Elden Ring, it's a very good open world.
I did see that. It's beautiful open world.
Not only from the graphic point of view, but also the level design point of view, technical point of view. It's just fun.
Yeah, I watched a few people playing Elden Ring, and I'm like, oh shit, I really wanna. Like the big streamers like Asmongold, for example, or I do remember that I enjoyed a lot when CDogVA was streaming it. I don't know if you know the guy.
No, I don't know.
But when they were playing it, they were also having that weeby approach. Like the second guy that I mentioned was like, okay, give me the guts from Berserk greatsword, and I'm gonna use it. And I was like, my man, do it.
There is a guns greatsword in the game though, like legit.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a 100% application.
Yeah, I was so impressed by it. It's like very nice.
And
like,
here's the thing.
It's like a tribute.
And here's the thing. The stat on that sword is actually good. So you can actually stick with the sword until the end.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Okay, let's check the chat. I wonder why it's called so combatively similar Monster Hunter. Hey, really? But that Monster Hunter don't have lock-on function. Monster Hunter 3 didn't have, if I'm not mistaken. Full of raw meme. And then unfamiliar with controllers. I can try. I don't think they'll play those sorts too. Oh no. Where was I? Simulation game. Anyone ever played the MechWarrior? Oh, MechWarrior game. I heard of those, but never played. It's like it's a mecha simulator basically, right?
I mean, I kind of had the feeling that it is, but yes.
Oh, I don't know. Gamer simulator.
Simulator.
Let's
go.
Oh. Kinda addicted to editing outside. I never finished the playthrough.
She's just so addicted that she cannot quit, because when you finish the game, you're inclined to quit. Although I had that there's new game plus you can start it. But that aside, if she's gonna end, she's just gonna be like, okay, I'm done. But if you don't finish the game, then the fun is like never ends.
Well, normally if I finish the main story of a game, I just stop playing easily. Like, because I would say it is the end of it, right? Honestly, the only RPG that I would say the only RPG whose main quest I finished is it's not just Fallout 1. I also finished Fallout 4, but I did stop playing Fallout 4 after I finished the main story, even though I never actually touched the other side stories.
It's alright. We all play the games the way we want and the way we see fit.
That's the point. You have fun with it. Yeah, you're supposed to have fun with games.
There's like the basics of the basics. If you're not having fun in the game, it's like not like developers or you or both kind of missed the point.
Like, what's the point of playing if you're not having fun?
Literally, there are rage games, and the point of those is to give you the amount of anger that would probably kill an elderly person. But yeah.
But then again, you already know it's a rage game, right? And I guess some people find raging to be fun.
It is.
So
it's kind of addicting.
I would say the kind of game that you don't play to have fun is basically if you're in an esport team or something, you probably not. You already play the game to work. It's no longer for fun.
Yeah,
so,
this is.
But that is actually justifiable because you're getting paid for it, right? Yes,
at this point it is a job, and I feel like it heavily depends on the person. Some people will be like, "Yeah, I still have fun in the game," and some people will be like, "No, money."
Yeah.
Money.
Attacking Honeywell, come. God saw the living Messiah. There's a phone got the net size wise. So scale fun you can get multiple characters with different builds. I think Ethel has been playing the same character. Yeah, I haven't finished even a single play. I wanna have you playing the game for the content. Oh yeah, like I heard that Ninja, the Fortnite streamer, he did say that from time to time that he actually no longer enjoying Fortnite and just playing for the sponsorship it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that's sad, but not really, because a lot of people are doing the job that they don't like, but they do it anyway for money. So it's basically
yes.
So yeah.
I mean,
it's still a sad thing,
like,
but it's like
Yeah, it will. I feel like it will always be a debate going on about playing video games being a job and people being like ungrateful and being like, oh my god, it's so hard to sit in one place and play video games for 8 hours straight. Some people will be like, oh, you just are an entitled little shit, and some people will be like, yeah, relatable. And I feel like depends on the person, because for some it will be like for example, I'm streaming once every 2 days. I stream one day and I take a break one day, stream another day, and another day a break, and so 3 times a week, because I just don't have enough energy for it, mental energy. Sometimes you talking with people and trying to be entertaining 24/7 on stream is mentally taxing that you feel it.
Even if you are swimming and acting like yourself, right? It's still tiring.
Yes.
It's still energy consuming, basically.
Yeah, it's even with a VTuber persona being instead of my face, it's still like I know that I am live, and it's still at the back of my head that I am live and I am supposed to be entertaining. And no matter how laid back and natural the stream is and cozy and chill, I still have to remember to crack more jokes than usually, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, there's still some things going on basically. Anyway, we almost had 1 hour, so last genre. Faye, what's your favorite genre?
My favorite genre is, to be honest with you, it's also hard to choose one, but if I had to choose one that has elements of others, but this one is like a leading genre, it would be probably action RPG. I fell in love with action RPGs and slasher games, and I realized it once I played through Bayonetta, like first game of Bayonetta. I played it through, and I was like, it's been so long since I had so much fun that I want to play those games the most. As long as like there's a lot of action going on, there's a lot of like the game is skill reliant, because I don't like the games that are too easy, and there's still this story component to it too. I'm just gonna be like, yes. Give it to me. Devil May Cry, I still have to play Devil May Cry games. Metal Gear Revengeance, I still have to play this too. Honkai Impact, a gacha game, very heavily story driven, but has the action RPG element that buys me and like makes me stay at the game even more. This is my favorite one. As long as I can go around and slash shit, I'm happy.
Nice. So basically, hack and slash. You really like it. Them hack and slash, like flashy movement, like satisfying damage feedback and all that, right? Like
yes,
yeah.
And give me also banger soundtrack in the background, and I'm like sold. I love video game music.
Nice. Yeah, Devil May Cry. I did play Devil May Cry 4 like long ago, and I played it like a chump, but I did feel like it does need, like, you know, if you have a certain amount of skill in it, you can pull really cool moves. Like I saw people like fighting a boss in Devil May Cry 4, and they're like just taunting the boss, right? Taunting and then dodging the boss, and then the moment the boss
like a no hit upon.
Yeah, throw a spear at the player. The player just grab the spear and throw it back. I'm like, holy crap! that is the main character of anime if I see one.
This is the main protagonist vibe. Yep.
How can you even pull something like that? That is why I like games that like Souls game, and you know, basically games that lets you to have this kind of super cool badass moment the more skill you have, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
That is awesome. That is cool.
I love the stories in games, but if I want, like, sometimes if I want to have a good story, like video games, I love how video games have their own ways of telling stories with I don't know, making you choose stuff and how this is going to impact how the story progresses. But if I want to have a good story, I can play a video game, but I can also have something else. I can read a manga, because I'm a huge reader of those. I can watch a movie, I can read a book, but the experience that a hard video game gives you can't find it anywhere else apart from sports, but we're not talking about sports. And I feel like this is very unique for video games too.
Like,
that's why I like
the skill that is needed to just to play things.
Yeah.
And I guess the visual feedback that you're getting and how badass the game depicts your character is the one that
Yes.
that gets people to stick to it. Like people just love being badass, basically.
Yeah.
Especially if that badassery is earned.
Like Borderlands still literally have badass ranks and that you earn for doing stuff. And it's like, yes, I am badass. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you for reminding me. Okay. It's something I worry about. I want to be a game dev, but if I get there, will that eventually ruin my hobby of making games? Well, this is kind of out of topic, but I would say, personally, I'm not really employed anymore, so I'm making game for the joy of it, but also to make money, of course, obviously. But if you work for money, if you work for a company, it's natural, I would say, for your hobby to not be enjoyable, because it's different. Now that you have deadline and you have, requests, obligations that you have to fulfill, there are certain conditions, certain quality, and all that. There are a lot of things involved, basically. Anyway, and with that, it's already 1 hour, so we're gonna have to end the discussion there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and thank you so much.
Thank you for having me too. I had a blast. This is like I mentioned on Twitter. This is one of the moments that I can be a nerd about the things that I like, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, stop talking so much. No, it was literally about talking so much as I want to. And I love being here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you have to talk. You have to talk as much. I want you to talk.
Yep.
That's the point of this.
If you ever organize something like this, or you want to have me again in the future, my DMs are open, and I'm really up for more conversations.
Okay.
With different topics.
Okay, let's do it in the future. I'm totally gonna keep doing this discussions since you're fun. And
fun.
Check facing in the description, guys. And thank you so much for watching. This is Ethel Chamomile. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the link in the description for FANBOX, Patreon, and merch. You can special merch if you support me on Patreon. Thank you again for Green Bed and Mendul Hope seperti me on Patreon. Tim lebih amat seperti me on FANBOX. Adi, Semi Mas, Green Bed, Ham, Dem, Goodbye Man, Brian, Hachima, Oji, Justin, Jason, Webster, Dulu Hope, McLovin, Langsung, Otak Kukuk, Elliot, Blaze, Down, Santa Mari, Attacking Madu, Sim, Sasim, Barata, Chan, Sam, and everyone who support me. Thank you so much. And have a nice day, take care. Asma. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for watching. I like him pretty cool. Just love dressing my character with armor. Oh yeah, fashion so. The epitome of it. Okay, see you.
See ya.